Hello, I'm Jomika, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Let's check out mission control. I think what we want to do near Moonlander Mark 1. I just saw this. We can probably do this. Maybe. We'll have to look. But what I wanted to do was this. Suborbital spaceflight of Kerbin, orbit around Kerbin, and same thing for this guy also. So we can do this. We're just ferrying 2 tourists into space and back. And let's check out the lander and see how close it is to the spot it wants us to take a temperature of. I mean, it is right there. Can we take a temperature scan? I wonder if it will reach, if we even have a temperature scan on here. We should. Yeah, there is. I mean, I don't see it yet, but it is right there. So let's go ahead and go back to the Space Center. We'll accept that mission and hope that it is in range. And then we can go ahead and, whoops, ferry the tourists. So yeah, you get about 30,000 or so. So let's go ahead and fly you. We will have to wait until you have a connection, I think. So we'll log temperature, cancel review data. You probably need to send this back first. What are you at? Temperature scan from the moon's midlands. Well, let's go ahead and send this back when we have a signal. Where are you? You're on the correct side of the moon. But you are on the wrong side of Kerbin. So there we go. We have a connection now. We can go ahead and transmit this. It's 22 science that we could have had already. We will log that experiment. And it looks like we are not close enough. Activate navigation. Yeah, you're just not close enough, I guess. Let's review the data. We'll transmit that as well. Can go ahead and review that. Might as well, because you're not going to get home anytime soon. And we'll also transmit this. How's our power? It's pretty low. But we can probably just transmit that anyways. I think that's all the stuff we have. So what I can do, I guess, is try to fly towards it. It's just north. So that'll be this way. Let's change this. There is no target. Altitude on the surface. I mean, I feel like we're right there. So maybe we just open this, review data, and submit it. Yeah, I mean, that still didn't do it. So we'll go to the Space Center because we're basically out of fuel. I don't want to risk losing Jebediah. Can probably just do a rover, or when we go to rescue him, try to land right there. Or we just get rid of that mission completely and not worry about it. So we wanted to get 2 tourists into space. Orbit Kerbin and back. So you can hold 4. Can you hold 3? One of these? Crew capacity 3. So we can unlock this one. But is it worth it? Right now. I mean, it's not worth it. Otherwise, we can do it in 2 missions. Or does this one of these have? Where? There it is. This thing. Crew capacity 2. Why don't we just do that? We'll save the science for when we actually decide what mission we want to do. And where would you be? Of course, very last one. It's always the last one you look at. We're not going to worry about science or communication. We will want a heat shield. Where is heat? There it is. So that'll be fine. We will want a decoupler, a bigger one. We'll get MacJeb on here. Where is control? Right here. And we need, is it 3,400 to get into orbit? I think we're going to overkill this a little bit just to make sure we actually get there. Go ahead and use the swivel. So that's 2,000 in vacuum. We need a decoupler, I guess. And we can go ahead and do this. And I guess we'll just go ahead and add a few more to the outside, just like we always do. And right here, why don't we use the Reliance for this one? A little bit better fuel efficiency in, what's it called, the atmosphere. So that'll get us 1,200, 2,000, 4,000. That should be enough, I'm hoping. You know what would help? Get us a little bit more delta V out of this center stage. That. I mean, it doesn't add delta V, but it should be okay. And we can go ahead and do this. This is probably a lot of overkill. 1,300. Actually, that seems to be worse. $2,000. Yeah. I guess we'll just try this. We can probably also make this smaller. Get this stage a little bit better. So that's 13, a little over 2,000, 3,000. See, that's not enough either. It's like a fine line between weight and thrust. So what is this? 1,700, 1,800. Is my staging even right? It's not. That would actually help if all the staging was correct. Alright, so this is about 2,000, 3,000. We'll call that good enough. This will be Kerbin, Orbiter, 3 passenger. So we'll save that. we'll get our crew in. You can be a pilot. Tourist, tourist. And why don't we try to launch this and see how it goes? It's always just like a, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. The numbers show it'll work, but that doesn't really mean anything. Yeah, let's just go for it. Could have used some tail fins. That may have helped a little bit. But yeah, we should be okay. We need 3,400. Let's go ahead and go out here. And at about 10,000, we will go ahead and tilt over. So let's see, is that too aggressive? Yep, too aggressive. So let's revert that to launch. I thought it might be okay, but you know, it doesn't always work out. So we'll give that another try. And we won't tilt over quite as hard. We may even wait a little bit longer. But we can give this a try again. Just call that first test a computer simulation. We realized it wouldn't work if we tilted over that aggressively. So maybe we can tilt over a little bit. Not too much. Still trying to fight me here. So let's get the smart ASS. Probably just go prograde from here. There we go. And we'll go full throttle. And how high are you? 150. That's plenty high. So we can speed this up. We'll get you to about 100 or so. We can go ahead and finish that circular burn. So let's go ahead and tilt all the way over. Let's turn the smart ASS off. Go, and we'll just point directly at the horizon. We'll get you guys going. Probably wait a little bit for this burn. But that's okay. You guys will get a good look at Kerbal from here. And we'll wait a little bit. Actually, you still are going down, so that's not too much of an issue. Okay, you're climbing again. I was looking at the time to apoapsis. Minute 30 right there. So we got about 15-second burn left on this stage and 30-second burn on the other. I'm gonna guess we're gonna be okay. So we'll just keep doing this burn. As soon as that's done, we can stage. This stage will go down into the atmosphere and burn up. And we won't have any extra space debris hanging out up here. So your thrust to weight ratio is almost 4, and you got 1,000 meters per second delta V left. Might as well just go from here. So you guys got the suborbital one. And now you guys are good. So we can just do this, point retrograde, and we'll send you guys back to Kerbin right away. We don't need you sticking around in space, because we don't really care. We just want your money and that's it. So you are headed back to Kerbin. We'll just finish this stage off. And we can go ahead and ditch that stage. There we go. Make sure we point the correct direction. We still have a good amount of charge remaining. And just before the atmosphere, we will go back to normal speed so you can straighten out. There we go. And you guys will head back to Kerbin basically like a bullet. Because, yeah, this is looks pretty much like a bullet. So hopefully you stay oriented in the correct direction and we won't have any issues. Send you guys out on an EVA. Except you're tourists and you can't, so that's okay. We wouldn't trust you anyways. So you are slowing down now. Let's go to surface. Oh, I guess it doesn't work. So we'll just turn that off. And actually you are doing okay, just like that. And that's some debris that's about to hit Kerbin. We don't need to worry about you. I guess what's doing this is MechJeb. Maybe? Maybe not. But we can go ahead and speed this up. Now you are gaining speed again. So we can go ahead and deploy the parachute. Let's get this open way sooner than it did. Please be okay. That seems too fast. That was pretty close. We probably should have changed the parachute to deploy a little bit sooner than it did. But they made it. Probably crapped themselves. I know I probably would have in that scenario. Not that I would have known what was going on, but can go ahead and recover that vessel. 2 tourists barely made it, but they made it. So they tell their friends what a fun ride they had. And yeah, we got 1.7 science from returning a vessel from orbit. And 2,000 bucks. Everyone leveled up. And yeah, let's see what we got here. This is just all the tourist stuff. Yeah, that safely should probably be in quotes. They made it safely, but they were very close to death. Let's see. We got our probe on Duna, or near Duna. Actually, let's check on that. I know that last time we launched it, and yeah, it has no control at all, but we can go ahead and look just to see. Yep, no control. How many days until you are to Duna? It looks like you got a ways to go. You're probably about halfway. Yeah, 114 days to go until you're there. And yeah, you'll just be shot off somewhere. I don't really know which direction because we don't have all of the information we can get. I think we need to upgrade one of these. I don't know which one. This is already fully upgraded. Maybe it was mission control? Yeah. So if we up, we can see where he will end up after. But we don't have the money for that. That's kind of why I did the mission today. Contest a Twitch engine. Kerbal launch site. Do we have the Twitch? Because maybe we'll do that. Let's see. Engines. Spark. Ant. Terrier. Dud. Swivel. Hammer. We do not have the Twitch engine. Maybe we can just unlock it. Poodle. Skipper. Kickback. There's the Twitch. 160 science. And what do we get from this? Like $6,000. And 1 science. I mean, we're gonna unlock this eventually. Let's see, that's 0.02, 0.09. 0.02, that's the same weight. And 315 in vacuum. That's even worse. It has vectoring, I guess that's why. 290, 250, 150. I mean, I'm not going to worry about that yet. Just because we don't really need it. Test the airstream. Splashed down. That's $20,000. We could maybe do that. It expires in 3 hours. Flying above 3,000 meters. 3 tourists. Fly by the moon, orbit around the moon, land on the moon. We're not doing that yet because we still have our guy on the moon who is stranded. Save this guy. You know what? I think that's going to do it for today's episode. We'll save some better stuff for next episode. Sorry if this one was a little bit boring. It's just an orbit around Kerbal with a couple tourists. But we do need to get a little bit of money. And yeah, we'll get there eventually. So if you like this video, be sure to hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel and don't want to miss any future episodes, be sure to subscribe. Thank you for joining me. I will see you guys next time.